Is popping y'all? It's man Club Boy Bales. Welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly Wednesday Predictions. We are to week 14 of the NFL season, already in the month of December. Crazy enough that we're already here. 5 more weeks to go until the playoffs. I just don't know how this flies. The NFL weekly goes by weekly and it just flies so fast. It's just insanity, but here we are. I'm gonna go fast today because I'm a little under the weather, but not gonna lie, these are terrible matchups. So honestly, I'm gonna be probably going pretty quick today. But anyways, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment the thoughts. Let's get down to business. Thursday Night Football. To be fairly honest, this is the only good matchup out of the entirety of this week. Green Bay and Detroit faced off already once this year. Detroit ended up beating Green Bay in Lambeau Field. This is the exact opposite, and I'm sticking by my prediction. I said the Green Bay Packers, in a previous video, I said they were going to lose to the Detroit Lions both times in the regular season, but beat them in the playoffs. I'm going to stick with it. Now, Detroit's defense is getting a little bit stingly, but I think this is going to be a more competitive game. Green Bay is going to look a lot better, but I feel like Detroit is still going to come out on top in the end. So I'm going to take the Lions, but I think this is going to be it's going to be a different game. Next up, going on to Sunday, we have a Tank Bowl. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. Between the two teams, Jacksonville just doesn't have much offense at all. Tennessee doesn't have much offense either. But between the two, I go with Tennessee. Next up, New York Jets and Miami Dolphins. The Jets are just a big disaster this year. Aaron Rodgers just is not the same person. It's just, he's not. Aaron Rodgers is pretty much at the end of his career. It's just, I don't know how he's still thinking he can do well. And now there's a documentary about him coming out on Netflix. And yeah. But between the two, Miami has been looking a lot better as of recently. Tua Tagovailoa is, we know he's been really playing great as of lately, and I guess I'm going to have to go with the Miami Dolphins. It's hard not to. Next up, Atlanta Falcons at Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins threw 4 interceptions last week in a loss against the Chargers. I feel like this may be a homecoming for Kirk Cousins going back to Minnesota for the first time since his departure, but pretty much I don't think it's going to go well for Cousins again. Even though I feel like Atlanta, they're still kind of in a rebuild phase. I just feel like Minnesota has just been so good at home this year. I just feel like I can't sit there and say otherwise. I'm taking the Vikings to beat the Falcons. Next up, New Orleans Saints at New Jersey Giants. I guess I could call them that. Giants are just so bad right now. I don't really know what else to say. I guess I'm going to take the Saints, even though either team could really beat up each other. I don't know. Next up, Carolina Panthers at Philadelphia Eagles. This is an easy game for Philly. They should win this one. I'm going to take Philly defeating the Panthers. Next up, Cleveland Browns at Pittsburgh Steelers. Cleveland won this first matchup in a big heap of snow on Thursday Night Football 2 weeks ago. I think Pittsburgh's going to get the good go-ahead and get the victory here. They are a way better team than Cleveland, and I feel like Pittsburgh should win this one. Especially, there won't be snow this time. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, I think, their division is so weak, but Tampa Bay should win the division. It doesn't really matter, but they should still win their division. This is an easy game that they should win. I'm going to say the Bucs win, but, Tampa Bay's just been getting through with grit all season. Next up, Seattle Seahawks at Arizona Cardinals. Seattle basically had one of their best defensive performances of the season against Arizona a couple weeks ago. I think it will go the other way around. Home field advantage will definitely help for the Arizona Cardinals this time. I'm going to say the Cardinals beat the Seahawks here. Next up, Buffalo Bills at Los Angeles Rams. Buffalo is looking promising. Josh Allen, I think, has now turned himself into a MVP frontrunner after his performance last week where he threw for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, and caught a touchdown. He's the first quarterback in the history of the NFL to actually do that, which is crazy enough to think about, but it's true. Buffalo is looking promising. They're going to go into the Rams, and they're going to win that one. And next up, the Chicago Bears at San Francisco 49ers. What a disaster of a season it's been for San Francisco. And now Christian McCaffrey is out for the year. As I've known, I'm not getting tricked at the Christian McCaffrey thing, but he's getting older, and it's pretty obvious. I feel like a retirement might come soon. Jordan Mason also is put on IR too, so they don't even really have a running back. Right now, it's Isaac Guerrero. That's their running back right now. They don't really have anybody, so that's going to be tough to really sit there and think that San Francisco could. It's just, they're injured like crazy. The Chicago Bears, on the other hand, they have been getting through with some lucky losses. They played so well. All 3 games could have been wins for them, and they got through with losses. It's just been miserable. It's easy enough to say that San Francisco should get the win here, but you know what? I'm going to actually take the Chicago Bears. I don't know why, but I have that feeling that Chicago is actually going to win this game. I just based on how bad the 49ers have been playing as of lately. All right, next up, Sunday Night Football. We get to hear Chris Collinsworth rave about Patrick Mahomes for 4 hours, and as the Chargers take on the Chiefs, I don't think Justin Herbert's beaten Patrick Mahomes yet in his career, but I don't even think the Chargers have even won a game against the Chiefs in some time. I don't see it being. I don't think it's going to change. I'm taking the Chiefs still. It's really hard for me not to pick them, but they've been coming through with lucky wins, real lucky wins. And then Monday Night Football, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this would have been a great matchup if people weren't injured. But, unfortunately, the Bengals are so... Joe Burrow is literally having an MVP season, and the Bengals are at 4-8. Don't know how that's happened, but here we are. And Dallas, of course, does not have Dak Prescott, and they looked like a joke. But between the two, even though Dallas is at home here, and I feel like, maybe they have a little momentum, I still think I want to see Cincinnati win a game. I just feel like this is a game they need to win. I don't think Cincinnati's going to make the playoffs, unfortunately, just based on how I see the season finishing. But this has just been a sad season for the Bengals. I feel bad for Burrow, and it's just nothing's going right. But I want to see the Bengals win. I think the Bengals are going to win this game. So yeah, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment your thoughts, and as always, we will see you next time.